1945. The floating train is propelled by magnets like some amusement park rides. Japan already has the bullet train, while China has a maglev as well. Public and private investors already raised millions for the project, estimated to cost more than $10 billion. The only setback they've faced so far is concern from homeowners who would be impacted by the construction of the rail. Now, right now, the environmental impact study is a third of the way to completion, and in just a couple hours, we will hear more about the next step for the maglev for Baltimore, right here at the B&O Railroad Museum at 10 a.m. Christian, Ashley.
All right, Cassie Carlisle in West Baltimore for us. Cassie, thank you. It is 6:09, working to keep prescription drugs affordable.
Yeah, today, Maryland officials weighing in on a new law aimed at protecting Marylanders from price gouging, plus terrifying moments at an elementary school. Police say a parent held a teacher hostage for hours. We're going to tell you how that situation ended.
And we're now hearing from a former neighbor of the suspect in the deadly New York City attack. Candace Gibson has the latest in today's GMA First Look.
In today's GMA First Look, new details about the suspect in the New York terror attack. He arrived from Uzbekistan in 2010 with a special visa. His former neighbor in Tampa says she's not surprised to learn of his involvement, saying there was always something odd about him.
They lived here for about 2 to 3 years. There was a wife, a newborn, and 2 young children, and the husband. And I believe there was a mother-in-law involved, because I did see an older Muslim woman who was also there. The man drove a white van with New Jersey plates, and he wasn't very friendly. He just came in and out of his apartment to his van, and that was it. No chance for contact or hi or anything. It was almost like he didn't want anyone to know him or to even see that he was here. I couldn't put my finger on it, but there was something that was very peculiar about him.
And coming up at 7 o'clock, Brian Ross with breaking new details with your GMA First Look. I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
With Advil's fast relief, you'll ask, what pulled muscle? What headache? Nothing works faster to make pain a distant memory. Advil Liquid Gels and Advil Liquid Gels Minis. What pain?
I am a veteran. I lost both legs in Vietnam.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory was getting my benefits and a good education.
DAV helps veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I'm a veteran. I didn't want to admit it, but I have PTSD.
So veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory was finding help and learning that I wasn't alone.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
All right, we're learning more about the suspect in the deadly terror attack in New York City.
Yeah, police in New York have identified him as 29-year-old Saifullah Saipov. He's from Tampa, Florida. He worked as an Uber driver, also a commercial truck driver. There are public records that show that besides Tampa, he's connected with 2 other addresses in Southwest Florida. Also spent time in Cleveland and Cincinnati. There is a record of Saipov owning at least 2 businesses in Cleveland as well, and he reportedly spent at least 3 months in New Jersey. We'll continue to bring the latest information on this story. As you heard in the GMA First Look, it sounded like ABC has some interviews with people who might have known him a little bit, so more information coming up as well on Good Morning America.
Some other top stories this morning for you. Classes resumed today at the University of Utah after Monday night's deadly shooting. Police arrested Austin Butane after he went into a library and the librarian recognized him. Officials, according to officials, Butane shot and killed of the victim during a failed carjacking attempt near the university. His wife Kathleen is in jail on unrelated charges. They're both persons of interest in a different man's death in Colorado.
The elementary school in California, where police say a parent took a teacher hostage, is going to be closed now for the rest of this week. The kids had to evacuate Castle Valley Elementary School yesterday when a man barricaded himself inside of a classroom after police say he assaulted a staff member. SWAT team wound up storming that classroom. Some 7 hours later, shot the man. Doctors declared the suspect dead at the hospital. Investigators don't know whether the suspect's motive was or if he had a weapon. That teacher, by the way, is expected to be just fine.
6:15, production of House of Cards has been suspended amid the sexual harassment claims against star Kevin Spacey. Netflix and producer Media Rights Capital say they are reviewing the situation and addressing any concerns of our cast and crew. No word on when production will resume. On Monday, Netflix announced the show would end after 6 seasons, saying the decision was made before actor Anthony Rapp claimed Spacey made a sexual advance on him when Rapp was just 14 years old. Now, Spacey says he doesn't remember it, but apologized for deeply drunken behavior.
And new this morning, another jurisdiction now investigating sexual assault allegations against movie producer Harvey Weinstein. Beverly Hills police say that they have received multiple complaints against Weinstein as well as against filmmaker James Toback. Now, they wouldn't go into specifics, but they did ask anyone who believes he or she is a victim to come forward. Weinstein is already under investigation in Los Angeles, New York, and London after more than 50 women allege they've been sexually harassed or assaulted by him. Toback has more than 200 allegations against him. Both men have denied any wrongdoing.
Okay, Megan, thanks very much. At 6:16 right now, new this morning, a man who was hit by a car that crashed into a restaurant in Prince George's County last week has died, according to Prince George's County Police. 73-year-old Isaiah Pugh of Oxon Hill died yesterday. He was one of 6 people who was hospitalized after this incident on October 24th last week. Police say the driver of a car lost control, ran into the side of the Babes Boys Tavern on Old Marble Pike there in the Upper Marlboro area. The crash still under investigation this morning. Lynette?
All right, Christian, we'll start you out this morning with weather alerts to talk about. So we do have a frost advisory in effect until about 8 o'clock for the area. They're shaded in the white coloring, that light bluish coloring right now. But we also do have a frost advisory for Cecil County, and that one goes until 9 o'clock this morning. So with that, we've been dealing with temperatures that are on the chillier side of things this morning, numbers in the 30s in some spots. So very appropriate to where we do have that frost advisory. You can see it around Elkton, 39, more of the same in Bel Air. Whitehall's also coming at 39 degrees this morning. And then further back off towards the south, we are dealing with temperatures that are a bit warmer. So, or I should say not as cold, not as chilly. 45 degrees the temperature in Glen Burnie, more of the same in Stevensville this morning. Laurel, you're at 43 degrees right now, and Davidsonville's coming in right around 45. Oxford, you're at 44. Radar and satellite composite not picking up a whole lot in the way of rain. We are dry at this point. Not going to rule out the chance for an isolated scattered shower to get in here, but it's a very slight chance at that. But we will have plenty of clouds that continue to move in as we go throughout the day. If you are going to be traveling back off towards the west in the Ohio Valley, you are going to be running into some snow. So definitely call ahead and see what's going on with the airlines there. In terms of the wet weather, definitely going to be more around Kentucky, down off towards the south. You can see this brewing around Louisiana and even portions of Texas this morning. We have a stationary front on the map this morning, and this is going to move back in for us as a warm front. As we go through this evening into tomorrow, we will definitely feel the effects of that. So we are going to be much warmer. So today, more seasonal, coming in right around 60, 61 degrees. We should be at 62. And then that warm front's going to jump us up to the 70s, mid-70s as we head into tomorrow and also your Friday. Now, ABC2's most accurate futurecast goes into motion. And here's a chance for that slight chance, they say, for a shower or two. But the bulk of the action will stay more to the north of us, more to the west of us for today. But the cloud cover will be around, and we'll see more of that even as we head towards Thursday. We'll see a little bit more sunshine in the forecast Thursday and Friday, but even on Friday, I'm not going to rule out the chance for maybe an isolated shower in the forecast for us. But in the meantime, plenty of clouds around for today. Again, that high in the low 60s, below normal. As we go through the 7-day forecast, there are those 70s that we see on Thursday and Friday, mid 70s at that. And then as we head into the weekend, guys, you get an extra hour of sleep. So don't forget to set the clock back an hour so you can enjoy that. I know one person who's really going to enjoy it, right, Lauren?
I am really going to enjoy it if Charlotte allows me to. If you're taking 795 this morning, beware of debris southbound right as you approach 695. A portion of 695 is shut down. The Curtis Creek Drawbridge is open, so you'll need to avoid this stretch of the Beltway. Here is the speed check into Baltimore. 83 is clear. There are no problems on 95 from Harford County or Howard County into downtown Baltimore. The tunnels are clear. If you're heading out in Marriottsville or Ellicott City, there are no problems on Interstate 70. Columbia Pike also in
the green. The commute to the airport is also nice and clear. 295 and 195 are up to speed. Here in Glen Burnie, there's nothing to worry about on Interstate 97. From the Beltway to Route 32, you're looking at a normal 10-minute trip. Northbound lanes also nice and clear from Severna Park up to 695. Taking a look at Route 50, drive time's also nice and normal into Annapolis. Westbound from the Bay Bridge to 97 will take just 14 minutes. Ashley, Christian, over to you.
Okay, Lauren, thanks. Hey, look what we got.
We got a special proclamation.
Special proclamation. It's from Governor Hogan. This is in honor of WMAR TV's 70th birthday. We started broadcasting October 27th, 1947. So we got this special proclamation as citizens express gratitude and congratulations, sincere best wishes for a rewarding and memorable celebration.
Yeah, so nice, given by Governor Larry Hogan.
Pretty cool.
And we'll be celebrating our 70th anniversary.
Maryland's first television station. That's right.
Well, Annette whipped up a quick candy wrapper costume for Halloween. Remember that?
Which was great.
But one meteorologist in the UK taking his spooky get up a little step further. Check it out. We'll show you more of this video. How's he doing that?
Amazing.
No one's giving us the dirt. No one's telling us the secret behind it.
Okay, good morning, Dublin Elementary School up in Street in Harford County. Thanks so much for the shout out. That one is off the charts with the enthusiasm. I mean, come on, that was terrific. Nice job.
That'll put you in a good mood in the morning. Yeah, thank you so much. And you can help us say good morning, Maryland, too. Just record a shout out. Send it to lauren.cook@WMAR.com. Include your contact information so we can let you know when your shout out will air. That was great. Good morning.
Okay, it got a little spooky over in the United Kingdom for Halloween when their weatherman lost his head. Check it out.
Yeah, this is Alex Deacon giving his forecast Halloween morning, talking about spooky purple clouds out there, talked about red rain.
It does look spooky there.
Holding his head the entire time he's doing the forecast, so that's a little creepy.
Takes a little coordination to pull that off. That's all I'm going to have to say.
People talking in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, well, people tried their best every year to carve the best pumpkins.
Yeah, but there's some engineers at NASA, and because they're engineers at NASA, they have ways of beating everybody. There are some of the pumpkins done by mechanical engineers from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Whoa, I didn't know we were gonna have this funky video for this particular, oh, that's good. A minion with a big head. They only get 1 hour to do this. Some of the favorites, the Ship It and a War of the Worlds pumpkin with the laser on it. That was a cool one right there. Oh, there's the It pumpkin.
I mean, those are incredible.
Yeah.
That's why they work at NASA.
I mean, my daughter carved our pumpkin, and it was great.
It was great, yeah.
It didn't look like these, but
it's okay.
She did a great job.
She didn't have the equipment.
No. I mean, maybe next year we'll branch out a little bit. Wow. That's a lot of work. Okay, 6:25 right now. A local family combining their love of the Orioles with Halloween.
The video of their life-size version of the crab shell game that you have to see. This is a good one. Plus, Fells Point shut down early so everyone could have a safe Halloween, and now we're learning if it worked out. At 6:26, we'll be right back.
You're watching the station that works for you. Now, Good Morning Maryland.
Dead, nearly a dozen more hurt after a man drove a truck into a bike path right in Lower Manhattan. Police have identified the driver as 29-year-old Saifullah Saipov. He was taken into custody after officers shot him. He's 29 years old. He got out of a rented Home Depot truck with 2 guns, police say. He's a Uzbekistan national, left a note behind saying the attack was in the name of ISIS, but investigators believe he acted alone.
Right now, Marylanders can start signing up for health insurance, but a warning, you have less time to act. This year's open enrollment period was cut in half, meaning you only have from November 1st to December 15th to register for a plan through the Maryland Health Exchange.
Just about 6:30 now on your Wednesday Good Morning Maryland. I'm Christian Schaefer.
And I'm Ashley James. Happy to have you with us. We want to check in with Chief Meteorologist Lynette Charles for an idea of what we can expect this morning. Do we need to have the umbrellas handy today?
Not really. I mean, if you want the small one, because you could be one of the ones that gets the isolated shower, scattered shower, but it's a slight chance for that, guys. More concerned with the warmer coat this morning, as we do have that frost advisory going on. We can see the areas there shaded in the purplish bluish colors, but they do have different times. So let's go ahead and light that up for you. you. And until 8 o'clock for the areas that are lit up in the whitish bluish color at this point. And then over in Cecil County, that one goes until about 9 o'clock this morning, that frost advisory. Temperature right now in Arnold's at 47. It's 44 in Jessup right now. And in Owings Mills, that temperature is coming in right around 41 degrees. And we look at the radar not picking up on a whole lot for us, but again, possibly isolated shower, scattered shower as we go throughout the day. But we will see plenty of clouds, and high temperatures will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. Now let's get a check of the traffic with Lauren.
Thanks, Lynette. If you're commuting right now in Laurel, beware of a pedestrian-involved crash just reported on Washington Boulevard at Madison Avenue. I'm also following a medical emergency on Route 100. It's westbound right near Waterloo Road. For those of you commuting into Baltimore, 95 nice and clear from Howard County and Harford County into the city. There are no delays on 83. 695 also clear, and please note that the Curtis Creek Drawbridge has closed, so that portion of the Beltway has reopened to traffic. If you're taking 795, there is debris reported southbound right as you approach the Beltway. It is causing backup, specifics unknown, but one thing is for sure, drive times are in the red, showing right now a 16-minute drive from Westminster Pike down to the Beltway. You can follow me on Twitter at Maryland Traffic for the latest drive times throughout the morning rush. Ashley Christian.
Okay, Lauren, thanks very much. Well, kids and some parents all across Maryland dragging home mountains of Halloween candy.
Yeah, parents are always told to check the kids' candy first, and now one police department is showing us why. Havre de Grace police sent out a warning after candy containing rum was handed out to a trick-or-treater. They tweeted out a picture of this candy, which was in a Kahlua wrapper, apparently filled with rum. So just another heads up, if you didn't check it last night, maybe do that this morning.
I wonder if the person who bought that candy to hand it out didn't check it. You know, you could have just grabbed it thinking it was...
Yeah, you hope it's just an accident.
Right.
Well, several businesses in Baltimore's Fells Point neighborhood closed early last night in anticipation of the Halloween crowds.
This is a massive change for Fells Point compared to last year's. Take a look at how quiet it is. Halloween traditionally been one of the biggest nights of the year for bars and restaurants in Fells, but there has been violence plaguing celebrations in recent years. Last year there was a stabbing, some street fights in Fells Point. More than 20 businesses closed early last night. They say it's an effort to send a message to the city.
It's a shame something wasn't organized prior between the city, between the business owners, and between the residents together to make sure that was a safe night, but that we also didn't lose money.
There were no problems in Fells Point last night, according to Baltimore City Police. They say they had more officers there based on the number of people that had been expected to be there for Halloween.
It is 6:33. A new discovery could help fight and possibly even prevent Alzheimer's disease. Scientists in Canada say they believe that Alzheimer's causing proteins can start in other parts of the body before traveling to the brain. They think blood flow moves the proteins to the brain based on new research in mice. Researchers do say that more studies are needed. Happening today, Attorney General Brian Frosh will join other local lawmakers to discuss Maryland's new prescription drug price gouging law. Frosh says the law will help protect residents from price increases that prevent them from getting generic medications. This comes as Maryland joins 44 other states to expand a lawsuit against drug makers. The suit claims a number of illegal agreements among 16 manufacturers to fix prices. 6:34 today, President Trump's opioid commission will submit its final report on how the epidemic is impacting our country. The leader of that panel, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, says the report will detail how the crisis got to where it is and offer recommendations for solutions. Last week, the president declared the crisis a public health emergency. All right, well, federal prosecutors say the former Trump campaign associates who were indicted this week filed conflicting reports on how much they were worth.
Yeah, there's a court briefing revealing some even more new information about the former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, and his associate, Rick Gates. This briefing also says Manafort had 3 different U.S. passports and uses fake email accounts and phone numbers. Manafort and Gates due back in court tomorrow. We could get more information then about the case. Meantime, President Trump has so far ignored questions about the indictments.
President, what's your reaction? Thank you very much. Your reaction to the guilty plea, Mr. President? To the door. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no doubt he heard those questions. Instead, he tweeted that his former foreign policy advisor, George Papadopoulos, is a liar. The president tweeted Papadopoulos has been working with the FBI for months, apparently, and has already pled guilty to lying about contacts that he had with Russia during the presidential campaign. Meantime, House Republicans were expected to release their final version of their big tax reform bill today. Now they say it won't be coming out until tomorrow. Republicans still trying to negotiate with themselves. The president says he wants a bill on his desk by Thanksgiving. There's some disagreement over whether you should still be allowed to deduct the state and local taxes that you pay on your federal taxes, and also how to pay for the big corporate tax cut that the president has been calling for. 6:35 right now, the floating train of the future getting more legs to stand on here in Baltimore City.
Yeah, what's expected from today's announcement on the Maglev train? And if you thought you went all out for Halloween, you've really got nothing on this guy from Mississippi.
Gosh.
How much he spent on his decorations.
Wow.
Coming up, it is 6:36. All right, you see the game on the scoreboard between innings at the Orioles game. The crab shuffle, always good for a good laugh.
That's right, and our executive producer Calvin says he is a master of the game. I wonder if he got this one right, though. Take a look. This is a local family dressed up as the crabs playing the game. And yeah, the kid in the back, he's the ball. The one moves around, the crabs shuffle around, the boy jumps out as the crabs stop moving, just like they do at Oriole Park and Camden Yards. And while that family focused on their fantastic costumes this year, there's a family that completely transformed their house into, I mean, what can only be described as an extravagant display. What is going on here?
I feel like you normally see this type of thing for Christmas.
Wow.
But this was for Halloween. It comes with a hefty price tag at $100,000.
Does that include the power bill? Probably not.
Who knows? Yeah, the Missouri family receives donations for the display that has endless amounts of lights, props, handmade decorations even.
Wow.
We really enjoy doing it, so
it's a labor of love.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, it has to be, right? Yeah,
I guess,
mean, you have to have the passion to do that.
Absolutely.
All right, well, the family says they go even bigger for Christmas, so stay tuned. I'm sure we'll have a look at that display.
We've got to get a look at that.
It's pretty cool, though. It's always fun to get the kids out and see all the decorations. 6:40 now. You're watching Good Morning Maryland.
You're watching the station that works for you. Now, Good Morning Maryland.
6:43. Welcome back to Good Morning Maryland. I'm Ashley James.
And I'm Christian Schiffer. Thanks so much for spending part of your morning with us. We have crews covering some big stories for you, including that terror attack in New York City. We'll get to that first, though. Let's get a check of weather and traffic, starting with Lauren Cook. Lauren, we got some heavy delays already on 795.
Yes, Christian, there are two separate accidents southbound right as you approach the Beltway. The State Highway Administration originally reported this as debris, but I just spoke with Maryland State Police. They tell me that a truck hit a deer, and then there's a 4-vehicle crash in the area. So drive times are in the red. Right now from Westminster Pike to the Beltway, you're looking at a 17-minute commute. 695 also slow on the outer loop from Liberty Road into Catonsville. The outer loop also slowing down through Parkville, 33 miles per hour at Harford Road. If you're commuting into downtown, there are no delays on 83. 95 also clear from Harford County and Howard County into Baltimore City. If you're traveling Interstate 70, eastbound lanes are jammed at Marriottsville Road, 28 miles per hour. They do improve once you make that stretch into Ellicott City, but leave yourself some extra time. There is a pedestrian-involved crash reported in Laurel. This is southbound Washington Boulevard at Madison Avenue. 2 lanes are blocked. 97 delay-free from Glen Burnie down to Severna Park, and Route 50 in the green right now headed into Annapolis. It'll take 14 minutes from the Bay Bridge to 97. Now for a check of the forecast, here's Lynette.
All right, Lauren, let's start you out this morning with a look at those temperatures. Temperatures have been the big story, really, because we do have a frost advisory out there. I've been dealing with some very chilly conditions. You can still see those 30s around Elkton this morning. You can see it around Jarrettsville as well. Frost advisory in effect for Cecil County until 9 o'clock, and it's in effect for Harford County, Baltimore County, and Carroll County until about 8 o'clock this morning. So prepare for that. Again, if you have that sensitive plant, those plants, you definitely want to cover those, bring those indoors. Temperatures a little bit further off to the south. Not as cold, but still chilly this morning, so make sure you do dress accordingly, especially the kids as they head to the bus stop. Radar and satellite composite not picking up on a whole lot in the way of rain and snow. Yes, snow back across the Ohio Valley. We're not dealing with that. We could see maybe a few isolated scattered showers as the day goes along, but mainly that cloud cover is really going to plague us as we go through the rest of today. We do see this stationary boundary to the south. We will have a warm front that moves in as we go through the overnight into tomorrow, and we are definitely going to feel the effects of that. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-70s on tomorrow and Friday. ABC2's most accurate futurecast went into motion, picking up on more clouds moving in as the day progresses, and isolated shower, again, possible scattered shower, but it's just a slight chance for that. The bulk of that will be back off towards the south and the north today, just all around us except really getting in here. But again, that possibility is there, so just make sure you're aware of that. Going forward, Friday, we will see a bit more sunshine across the area, but again, still a slight chance for a shower in the forecast. Once again, the day planner looks like this. Again, plenty of clouds lingering, the temperature by lunchtime coming in at 55 degrees, and as we head into the afternoon, that temperature a high right around 61. We should be at 62 degrees now for this time of the year, so we'll be close to that. We do have some rain in the forecast. I'll talk more about that coming up, but now let's send this over to Ashley and Christian.
All right, Lynette, thank you. At 6:47, it's time now for your morning sprint, the stories you need to know to get you through your day.
People in our state can now start signing up for health insurance, and officials are going to announce the next step to try and bring a maglev train to Baltimore. First, though, a lot of people watching New York City after that deadly terror attack, a man driving a truck onto a crowded bike path. At least 8 people are dead. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is live in New York City now with the latest for us this morning.
Christian, good morning. We're just about a block away from where that horrific attack took place. It's hard to see, but the truck driven by that suspect is just over my right shoulder past that yellow tape. And investigators are here on the scene as well. Now, that truck driven by that suspect along the West Side Highway bike path, I can tell you it is a very, very popular path for New Yorkers and tourists, making it an ideal location for a would-be terrorist. So I'm going to take you back to when this all started yesterday around 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Halloween in Lower Manhattan. Police say 29-year-old Saifullo Saipov, an Uzbekistan immigrant who had been living in Paterson, New Jersey, deliberately drove a rented Home Depot truck onto a bike and pedestrian path, targeting people and running them over. The crime scene stretching for several blocks. His truck eventually colliding with his school bus, injuring the 2 adults and 2 kids on board before finally coming to a stop just blocks away from the World Trade Center Memorial. Now, the FBI and the NYPD are now urging the public to share any videos or images that could help in the investigation, like the cell phone video that we've seen that shows the driver limping after getting out of his truck, holding what turned out to be 2 fake guns. Now, witnesses tell ABC News he shouted Allah Akbar before being shot by an officer. Now, there were also some handwritten notes in Arabic recovered near the truck that indicated an ISIS allegiance, but I can tell you